Well, how about a look at the moon this morning? I don't know if this is considered a full moon, but it looks full enough to me. 6 o'clock on your Tuesday morning. We have a lot to catch you up on. But for now, I'm Julia along with Karen, who is in for Julia Moffat this week.
Yeah, it's good to be here, especially on a day and a week like this where we're expecting, of course, spring-like temperatures. But we're going to get to weather in just a second. First, Lindsay, what's happening in traffic right now? There's backups happening on 465.
Yeah, we've got a multi-car crash over on the west side. So this is diverting traffic because all those travel lanes of 465 northbound at Rockville Road are currently closed while they do an investigation in the cleanup process of that incident. So this is a look, just one camera back, one exit back of where that accident scene is taking place. So this is looking northbound from Washington Street, where all traffic is being diverted off. Wanted to show you what that looks like here. It looks like they're letting the cars that were kind of stuck on the interstate through in the shoulder right now, but traffic is still being diverted. Now, you can still access 465 northbound utilizing these two ramps off of Rockville Road, but all other travel is being diverted off. So I want to show you the alternate route that you can utilize until they can get those northbound lanes back moving. Obviously, we are seeing a huge backup past Washington Street at this point. Those ramps remain open from Rockville Road, but again, all northbound travel off of 465 utilize Rockville Road to Lyndhurst Drive, and then you can utilize that 10th Street on and off ramp system just north of this incident to get back on 465 northbound. Check a bit of a mess out there, but we'll keep you all updated.
This is going to be around for a while, don't you think?
Yeah, no estimated time they're going to reopen those lanes.
Yikes. Okay, thanks very much, Lindsay. Hey, good morning to you. Boy, do I have good news for you at 6:01. Even though we've got a tough time with traffic on the west side, we've got a clear sky. We'll see sun, and today will be the warmest, listen, the warmest day of 2025 so far. We're going to get up to 70 today. This huge ridge of high pressure covers our weather. It's going to be pumping a nice warm breeze in here. We're south of that cold front, so we're in perfect position here to have what I think will be a great day. And it will even get better as we go on throughout the rest of the work week with temperatures in the 70s. Already we're where we ought to be really for our average high, and the sun hasn't even come up yet. 51 in Indy, 44 in Shelbyville and in Rushville, 48 in Martinsville, but Brownsburg and Lebanon in the 50s this morning. Carmel, you're at 49, so is Greenwood. Kokomo's at 48. Bloomington, the warm spot this morning at 53 degrees. Now, we are running 13 degrees warmer than yesterday at this time. It's 21 degrees warmer currently in Bloomington. So 70, that will be our high at 4 p.m. But a reminder, the statewide tornado drill today at 10:15. So finalize your work and home plan for safety and practice where to go and what to do. You'll have time to do that today on this beautiful day. Much more in a few minutes, ladies.
We'll see you then, Chuck. Thank you. This is a breaking news update to a story that we first shared with you last night at 11.
Yeah, this morning we know 2 teens are receiving treatment after police say they were shot during a drive-by on the city's west side. It happened just before 10 on Butternut Lane. That's near West 10th Street and Country Club Road. IMPD say that 2 teens were shot while other people were inside of a home. EMS rushed those 2 teens to Riley, and at last check, they are expected to be okay.
It's tragic when anybody in our city is shot, but for those of us who are parents, it really hits home when it's our children, right? So we're thankful that it appears the victims are going to survive.
So right now, police say they have a vague description of the vehicle, but they're not releasing any further details. They also say detectives are looking for someone who might have saw something in this area who can help them out in this investigation.
Well, this morning, police are looking for the gunman in connection with a deadly shooting over the weekend. This happened early Sunday morning. Police say Charles Mitchell Jr. died at Community East Hospital. But investigators would later learn that he was shot on John Jay Drive near 38th and Midhofer. Now, Mitchell's death is being investigated as a homicide. So far, no arrests have been made.
This morning, the man found guilty of killing 5 of his family members will learn his sentence.
Last year, a jury found Raymond Childs III guilty of killing all of them. Now he faces a maximum sentence of life in prison without parole.
And the case goes back 4 years ago. Childs was 17 at the time. Lauren Kostick joins us this morning. And Lauren, walk us through the significant moments of this case that we've been following for a while.
Good morning, ladies. That's right. We've been following this for a long time, and the sentencing will be taking place here at the Community Justice Campus starting at 9 a.m. And that's when we're expecting to hear very emotional testimony from those who knew the victims and this family. And like you said, this is a case we've been following since 2021. That's when this mass murder happened inside an East Side home on Adams Street. The prosecutor said Raymond Childs III killed his parents, two of his siblings, his brother's girlfriend, and her unborn child, who was just days away from being delivered. Another brother, who was 15 at the time, allegedly witnessed the shootings and survived after being shot twice. And Childs has been on trial twice now. The first happened last summer, but resulted in a mistrial after something that was said during witness testimony. A new trial took place in October. After 5 days, the jury determined Childs was guilty of all 6 counts of murder and 1 count of attempted murder. He now faces a maximum sentence of life in prison without parole. And again, this sentencing will be taking place at 9 a.m. We will have a crew and camera inside the courtroom to bring you that decision, the judge's decision, the moment it happens. Also at 6:30, hear from the prosecutor during closing arguments last year and why he said the younger brother in this case played such a pivotal role during the trial. Ladies.
This case has been heartbreaking from beginning to end. Thank you, Lauren, for the new details.
Well, we want you to take a look at some video now showing ICE agents detaining 2 men from Honduras here in Indianapolis. Right now, this video, it's getting lots of attention online.
A family friend tells 13 News that the men were on their way to work when that happened. So in that video, that's Jose Montoya Lopez and his uncle, Amner Nunez Vasquez. They get pulled over and then eventually pulled out of their vehicle by immigration officers. This happened last month, but this morning we're told the men are still in detention centers. A friend of Lopez says that his family is still trying to figure out why the 2 men were arrested. We did talk to an immigration attorney, John Broyles.
Yeah, he's not involved in this case, but look through some of the documents. Broyles says it appears Lopez had a warrant out for not appearing in immigration court. He says the officers likely found out that Vasquez was undocumented when they stopped Lopez.
Anytime you have something like this that goes around, it just creates a lot of fear. And it's fear because I think mainly people don't understand the process.
Now, Lopez's family says they are working with their own attorney, and they claim that he did go to that hearing. They say the attorney is having a hard time reaching him, though, while he's detained.
Well, this morning, a man is in police custody in connection with stealing a car and using it to break into a gun store in Anderson. Take a look. In the video, the suspect allegedly used a stolen car to slam into Gunslinger's gun store. That crash shattering the windows and doors, and eventually he gets out of the vehicle and gets inside. However, the Madison County Sheriff Company owns the store and takes precautions for break-ins. He put up boulders outside the store to stop anyone from using a vehicle to get inside.
Of course, all of our firearms are locked up at night in the vault, and there's nothing here for him. And by the time he makes it back around the counter, the police are here. He does a lot of pacing back here as he sees the lights out here in the front. So I'm guessing he figured his situation just deteriorated rapidly for him.
And police found the suspect near the stolen car inside the building. He did not make off with any guns because they are locked inside a vault at night. Well, this morning, a judge is setting the bond at $1 million for the Mooresville student accused of planning a school shooting. The $1 million is a surety bond on top of a $500,000 cash bond. Trinity Shockley has been in jail since last month after police arrested her on 1 count of conspiracy to commit murder and 2 counts of intimidation. She's due back in court in May.
Well, a bill that would make changes to Indiana's encroachment law is moving forward in the State House. The measure is now heading to its 3rd reading in the Senate. The original law passed 2 years ago, but it did face 2 lawsuits, one of them brought by members of the media coalition, including WTHR's parent company. Right now, there is an injunction against the law, meaning that it is not being enforced. House Bill 1122 aims to add some clarity to that law. It adds language saying that an officer can ask someone to back away if they believe that that person's presence interferes with an officer's ability to do their job.
This morning, investigators are working to find out what led to a deadly motorcycle crash on Indy's south side. Police tell 13 News the wreck involved 2 other cars. We are told those drivers stayed on the scene. Now, this happened around 6 o'clock last night near Thompson Road and East Street. No one else was hurt.
Tonight, the group tasked with improving safety for pedestrians and cyclists in Indy streets is meeting. The Vision Zero task force that wants to eliminate traffic fatalities by the year 2035. They've only met twice since the group was formed last summer, but this meeting will include updates from DPW and the chief of IMPD. It is at 4 o'clock in the public assembly room at the City County building.
$120 million. That is how much the Colts are reportedly spending on just 2 players to upgrade the pass defense.
The Colts breaking the mold a little bit and spending some big money in free agency. NBC Sports reports that safety Cam Bynum is headed to Indy from the Minnesota Vikings. He is getting $60 million over 4 years. And Pro Bowl quarterback Charvarius Ward is coming to the Colts from the 49ers. His contract, 3 years, $60 million. These deals become official at midnight on Wednesday. It's 6:10. Good morning, Lindsay.
All right, good morning. We continue to follow this traffic situation on the west side of town. A little bit of good news. They have reopened one travel lane on 465 northbound. This is at Rockville Road, but condensing all those lanes down into just one, that is creating a major backup. I would still consider exiting off of 465 northbound right here at Washington Street, taking Lyndhurst up to 10th, where you can then re-enter 465 northbound. We're going to be talking about what this delay is looking like at this point. And of course, we'll keep you updated on when those lanes reopen.
This morning, Menendez brothers' freedom hangs in the balance. Now, the new LA District Attorney is making a decision on their resentencing after gaining support behind their release.
And new overnight, Russia says that it shot down over 300 Ukrainian drones in what the Kremlin is calling the biggest attack in 3 years. This comes as the U.S. is helping to broker a peace deal with Russia and Ukraine.